And welcome back here to Prospects Nation TV. I'm Marcus Burnett, joined by J.L. Hemingway, as we get ready to bring you live Power 48 Summer Finale action. This is going to feature BC's finest taking on the Mississippi Ballers. Hemi, different event title, same top-tier basketball, and playing in front of college coaches here at Prospects Nation TV.
The Power 48 just came onto the scene last year, and year after year we find ways to get top quality matchups. Last year it was San Antonio's finest versus AOT. This year we're going to open up here with the Mississippi Ballers and a little foreign flavor. Our visitors from up north, from up in Vancouver, British Columbia's finest.
As Mississippi Ballers going to bring the ball over. They'll have their first possession, trying to go inside there to the post. That attempt thwarted there by the BC's finest defense, as it'll be brought the other way by Lauren Bondi.
Be ready to shoot it.
High-low action is going to result in a bucket being scored inside there. Oziamo Wabuko with the bucket.
Nice job on that pronunciation there, Marcus. I've heard a lot of great things about this BC finest team. Our ProspectsNation.com editor-in-chief Chris Hansen seen them many times. He's actually sitting over there on the far side getting a first-hand look once again at these prospects. We'll talk about many of the players on here, but number one, the ace, if you will, is one of the kids that everybody is coming out here to talk about. That's Koenig. And definitely an elite 100 caliber prospect from Canada.
This will be a fun matchup to watch. You've got different styles that play between these two teams. Mississippi Ballers very up and down. A lot of energy. And I'm sure you'll find that energy on the BC's finest team, but just two different flavors of play. It's been fun watching the different styles that we've seen over the past few days.
Yeah, without a doubt, and a great rebound put back right there by number 21, Taylor Jackson. 6'2". You can see her a high post type player, but still got plenty of energy there at the free throw line.
She makes it a 4-0 ball game here in favor of BC's finest early on. That three-pointer's no good. Strong rebound inside. Putback won't go. Good work on the inside by Amisha Williams. She's going to be a factor there all game. High degree of difficulty shot right there, but making it look easy. Lauren Bondi with the bucket.
Bondi out of Notre Dame High School. Gets the floater to go, but coming back the other direction, we got the Holmes to number 22 there in white. That's Amisha Williams. Let's talk about the Ballers a little bit right here as they play that 2-3 zone. You've seen Williams with a couple of putbacks and lay-ins. That's really going to be the duo there, the Holmes and Williams, the inside out. We've seen them play a couple of times. I got a up-close personal look at them actually a year ago at our Summer Invitational. And they're back with us again this year, and of course they were with us at the Tip-Off Classic. Holmes is one of those kids that I would compare to, if you remember, Morgan Williams from Alabama last year.
Definitely.
Signed with Mississippi State, 2014 kid. Holmes, same type of player, high tempo, pushes the pace. You see her bringing the ball up here, number 3 in white. Really likes to penetrate, and as you see her go to her left hand there, but Williams cleaning up the offensive glass. As you can see, they do a great job of complementing one another's styles.
We've got a good pace going here early on. Been back and forth game. The Ballers starting to get going on the offensive end, but it's a 10-4 advantage in favor of BC's finest.
That was Aislinn Koenig with the three-point jumper. Mentioned her at the top of the broadcast. An elite 100 caliber prospect out of Canada. Nice three-point jumper, and what I like about her is her frame. Look at those shoulders. A good friend of mine, John Wild, who used to be an assistant at Lipscomb University. Actually just took a head coaching job at Wilson Central up there in Tennessee. He calls those swimmer shoulders. And, you know, frame matters. You know,
Yeah.
what type of, you know, body type that you have. She's a kid that, you know, can put on good pounds, you know, at the college level. There's bad pounds and there's good pounds. Definitely projects to be a shooting guard that can take the bump and you know, the strain of night in and night out contact.
As we see her earning a trip to the free throw line here. 10-4 ball game with 11 minutes, 52 seconds left to play here in the first half. First free throw good by Koenig. Substitution in for the Ballers. It's going to be number 2, Joanna Kennedy.
Koenig's got such a pure stroke, doesn't she, Marcus?
She does. I mean, I've heard a lot about her, you know, just in our talks coming into the event. Even a couple officials, we were talking post-game, you know, they remember being able to see her play. And, you know, not disappointing right now.
Yeah, really got her team out to a good start here, 12-4. Both of these teams, you know, driving in late last night. I was talking to Coach Shayla Holmes-Nelson before the game. She said that they had driven in from New Orleans, played down there at the Battle of the Bayou. Nice 2 free throws there by Williams. So they're a little tired, trying to get their legs underneath them, you know, hoping that these kids will kind of wake up. But this is a tough part of July right here. You know, you've just finished one tournament, going right into another.
Koenig with another tray ball. That's her second of the game.
And Koenig saying, hey, I'm not buying into all of this, you know, fatigue and weariness, you know, from being on the road. I'm a ball player. I can shoot anytime.
You know, that type of mindset's taken from gym to gym by a lot of the players that play here. But when you cross country lines, Hemi, that definitely has to be the case. You're coming for, you know, to make sure you finish the mission.
Well, it's such a great opportunity for these young ladies here to come in and to be able to play, because even though you played at one tournament, doesn't necessarily mean that, you know, every coach has had the opportunity to see. And there's a nice pull-up jumper there by number 10, Tierra LaShore. And you look down there on the baseline and you see Louisville sitting 3 coaches deep on this game. You got to believe that that this is some valuable exposure, you know, minutes right here for Koenig and the rest of her teammates.
They lead by 8, but you've got a burglar on the other end in the form of Holmes, who's already got 3 steals so far here in this game.
And staying in that comparison of Morgan William last year, William was a ball hawk herself on the defensive end, and Holmes, you know, very much the same way. Holmes maybe a little bit slighter of build, you know, definitely a lengthy build. William kind of had more of that power build, but, you know, you could definitely see them playing, you know, alongside of one another, or even backing each other up if they happen to end up, you know, at the same school at Mississippi State, you know, if that were the case. And boy, that would be a backcourt that I would not want to go up against, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's a lockdown backcourt right there. They cover ground. 15-8 ball game. Free throw line jumper, no good. Another rebound inside there for Amisha Williams. Should get it in the hands of Holmes. Ballers trying to get cooking. That shot looked like it might have been partially blocked by Koenig. It's going to be saved. BC's finest has it. Koenig in a little bit of trouble. Finds a lifeline, and they'll bring it across the timeline. Dime drop. Shot finished inside there. Taylor Jackson, the assist by Bondi.
I like what Bondi's done early on right here, bringing a lot of energy to the court. Got a little Taryn McCutcheon into her game, huh?
Yeah, that's another good comparison. You've been on the money with the comparison so far here in this one. And that last assist.
We'll finish the layup on the break.
Tough shot right there by Williams. She's fouled. She'll go to the line to shoot 2. And foul going to go against Jackson. That was going to be a tough shot for Williams with the position Jackson was in. Arm stretched out. Kind of one of those shots you want to make Williams hit it, because not only was it a contested shot, but she's in a position to where if you can have her away from that offensive glass and taking that shot, that's definitely a lesser of two evils for you.
Without a doubt. Now, Williams does like to play in that high post. About every time I've watched her play, she'll post up there. But, again, she is very active on the offensive glass. She will get in there and crash at different times. But her size, her mobility, make her a definite college prospect at the next level.
We've got 7 minutes, 54 seconds and counting left to play here in the first half. 19-9 ball game. SWAT team caught there by Amisha Williams. Here comes Holmes the other way. Holmes hesitates, guarded by Koenig, gets it up top to Williams. Williams going to take the mid-range J. Koenig with the rebound. Here comes BC's finest the other way. Jackson finishing on the other end. Assist by Koenig.
Coach Holmes Nelson here is going to take a timeout, get a quick breather. Kind of see their legs starting to drag a little bit right here, and BC Finest seems to have a little bit more energy, and they're definitely taking advantage of it in the transition game.
7:28 left to play here in the first half. Been a great week of basketball. We're kicking off the Power 48 today. PSB Summer Invitational just wrapped up yesterday. Be sure to check out Prospects Nation for those archived webcasts. And you know, when you get the talent that you have coming through the doors, both individual and team-wise here, you know, you see a lot of good guard play. You also see some good post players in there. But I've really been impressed with the inside play that I've seen the past few days. You know, you look at an Amisha Williams. For the Ballers, you look at a Taylor Jackson running the floor and finishing. It's really been an impressive outing the past week or so, Hemi, for the inside players here at PSB.
And without a doubt, when you look at the class of 2016, you know, at the top of that class, a rising junior class, you know, we see 3 elite level post players. Joyner Holmes, who we saw just the past few days at the Summer Invitational for the Dallas Heroes, currently ranked number 4. Lauren Cox is the number 1 player in the country. I should say Holmes is number 3. And then Tori McCoy from Champaign, Illinois is ranked the 4th player. All of those kids are 6'3" and above. And, you know, it's not often that you see a lot of good quality post play, but we've been fortunate to watch a lot of it. Coach J.B. Bethay with All Ohio certainly has a whole stable full of kids that are 6'3" above. When you talk about, you know, McIntyre and Bexley Wallace and such, so yes, it's refreshing to see good quality post players come through.
Stopping and popping right there. Shot's going to be knocked down by Forsyth.
Forsyth, class of 2017, good length on the wing. Nice stroke to match.
Continuing to work inside. Williams with another bucket for the Ballers.
That's where Williams could be so effective, is on that offensive glass, and you've already seen a lot of mileage that she's already put in this game alone, just cleaning up the boards. But it's on the defensive end that she can be a real problem. You've seen multiple block shots. Now that one just gets a piece of the arm and ends up getting called for the foul.
At the free throw line for BC's finest, number 13, Zuzia Zakowski. 14-point advantage now for BC's finest. Holmes going to be fouled on the jump shot. Foul going to go against Koenig.
Koenig didn't think so. She politely disagreed with that call. Well, that's a tough part about Holmes' game is that she can get downhill so quickly, but she can also stop on the dime with that pull-up jumper.
First free throw good to go. Off on the shot attempt there. It's Keishana Johnson for the ball. There's BC's finest will bring it the other way. Forsythe gets it over to Koenig. Nice movement right there, but again, we see Holmes, her second straight block at a rebound.
Whoa.
Holmes really showing the different areas she can be an asset for you there on the floor.
Yeah, it's interesting because she's so good in transition, but she can also rebound from the guard position. Now she's playing with two smaller guards, alongside of her, but she also has the length and the athleticism to be able to rebound down there. But again, she's got long enough arms to where she can get a hand out there, block a shot, get a deflection. So she's definitely a two-way player. And I would project that, depending upon, the conference that she goes to, I predict that she'll be able to get some early playing time just because that she can defend so well. Regardless if she's ready to handle full-time point guard duties or not, I think that you can play her off of the ball, let her be a defender, let her be a rebounder, even play her as a small wing at times, because she is so active and athletic.
Her and the Ballers currently trail by 11. Just over 4 minutes left to play here in the first half. No good on the shot. Strong rebound inside there by Williams. She's going to try the jump shot, off the mark on that one. Jackson with the rebound. She'll get it to Koenig. Koenig going to be fouled on the play.
Nice little sidestep there in traffic to draw the foul. Williams has missed a couple of jumpers here. Now, the old school coach, that might be out there might say, hey, you got to get the big kid inside. Don't get her out, from the perimeter and quit having her take jumpers. And there's a part of me that agrees. I think that she's got the potential to be able to hit that jumper. But that last jumper, she's got to do a better job of getting on balance. She put it on the floor and she was leaning to the right. But you see a lot more of these days, these big kids being able to shoot the, the trail jumper, the high post 15-footer. That's definitely an asset for your team if you can do that.
Working hard inside there with Deasia McGinnis. Her shot doesn't go, but they continue to work, and the Ballers get the bucket to pull it to within 10. That three-pointer off the mark there. Another rebound for Holmes as she goes down to the ground to get it.
See, the Ballers are starting to wake up a little bit here, Marcus. Getting second chance opportunities on offense and cleaning up the defensive glass as well. BC's finest getting it ahead. That's going to be a foul against Williams. BC's finest has done a good job of staying ahead, but like you mentioned, the Ballers team awake right now and playing like it. So we'll see how BC's finest responds. Well, the next level of concern right here, if you're Coach Holmes Nelson, is a foul trouble for Williams. Yeah.
She's now picked up, I think, at least 3 personal fouls here in this first half. Wouldn't be surprised if she ends up sitting for the final 2 minutes, 30 seconds of this first half, given how key she is for this team. Nice pass inside, finished by Williams. The assist there by number 14, China Allen.
She's got good hands. You know, that's at least the second or third pass I've seen her snatch out of the air. We're coming back the other direction. Number 4, Stephanie West with that spot-up jumper, pushing this lead back out to 13.
Holmes with it up top. Gets it over to Allen. Johnson, that pass intended for Williams, a little bit too tall. Koenig trying to weave through traffic.
Nice.
Jackson's done a great job of running the floor, and when she does, they find her. And we talked about it in some of the matchups that we saw yesterday, Hemi. It's one thing to run the floor, have good energy, and be where you need to be, and it's another thing to finish when the ball gets to you in that spot. Taylor Jackson doing a good job for BC's finest of doing both.
You got to reward the big players for running. And if you're a big player, well, then you've just got to finish the play, because if you end up missing layups, well, the guards are going to say, why pass it to you if you're just going to miss it?
Yeah. Holmes driving baseline, drops it off. Too strong on the layup. They're going to get a second crack at it, and Holmes cashes in. Holmes definitely plays like a coach's kid out there.
Yeah.
Composure. You know, really, never seems to rush or, or be frantic. It's really just does so much, the big and the little things, to try to make sure her team gets the W.
Great point, Marcus. She has just a unique combination of athleticism, skill, and really just court savvy at that. Finds ways to make plays even if the play breaks down.
Yeah. Turnover there by the Ballers. Koenig finds Jackson. They're going to kick it out. That's going to be a two-pointer if it goes. No good, but they'll get another opportunity, will BC's finest. We'll see if they'll hold for the last shot or take the first good one available. Shot
tough.
partially blocked. But Taylor Jackson in there to pick up the pieces.
That's where they really miss Williams right there. A deflected shot like that, she would have been able to snatch out of the air.
13 seconds and counting here in the first half. 15-point advantage for BC's finest. Holmes trying to end the first half on a positive note for the Ballers.
Oh, got him. How many times do you see that happen right at the end of the clock, a wide open layup? But they shifted over to take away the drive from Holmes, and one of her teammates pops free.
So a byproduct of the welcome back here to the PSB Power 48 summer finale. I'm Marcus Burnett, joined by J.L. Hemingway. We're about ready to get second half action started here between BC's finest and the Mississippi Ballers. Hemi, your key points from the first half.
First off, for the Ballers, after a slow start, they really kind of regrouped, got back in this game, made it competitive, mainly behind the work of Holmes and Williams, the inside punch. But this has been BC's finest game up until this point. Koenig Jackson and the others really got off to a fast start with some timely outside shooting.
Nice defense there on that possession by BC's Finest. Gave up a couple offensive rebounds. Bend but didn't break. And we see the Koenig to Taylor Jackson connection paying dividends again as it's another layup. And the advantage pushed to 17. Sorry, 15 points. Running the other way again, BC's Finest. No good on the initial attempt, but it's going to send Lauren Bondi to the free throw line.
See right now that BC's Finest coming out of this halftime, got a little extra juice in their step, pep in their step. Bondi doing a great job of getting the ball out and pushing it in transition.
First free throw to go. I think BC's Finest has also done a good job of being able to take advantage of their trips to the free throw line.
All right, let's go. Come on now.
Layups and free throws is a pretty simple game as long as you don't complicate it.
Jasmine Holmes on the drive. No good on the shot. Koenig with the rebound. Gets it to Bondi. Bondi and them have numbers. Assist by Bondi. The finish inside there by number 12, Peniel Mbakata.
Well, we might have assumed that it would be the Ballers that would try to thrive in transition, but it's been quite the opposite. BC's Finest doing a terrific job as they get yet another transition opportunity.
They're running. They've been off to the races the past few minutes. And they now have a 21-point advantage as a result. Holmes trying to stop the bleeding, figuratively speaking, here for the Ballers. Power dribble. That one no good off the window. Williams can't get it to go. Has that blocked from behind there by Bondi.
Can't let that go. No ball cuts. No ball cuts. Stop.
One of the basic principles of good basketball is that if you want to run and you want to get out in transition, you got to rebound first.
Yeah.
And that's quite honestly one of the reasons why BC's Finest has been able to run so well is that they've done a good job on the defensive glass. You know, their post players, you know, Jackson, Forsyth, and others have done a good job of getting defensive rebounds, which really starts the break in many ways. Now, for the Ballers, what they're going to have to do is, first off, get a few more offensive rebound opportunities, but they've got to do a better job of transitioning in defense.
Prime example here, Hemi, is they're trying to recover, but unable to as Forsyth gets the layup drill.
Yeah, and that's one of the disadvantages of having your post player take a jumper, because now you take your biggest player away from the lane, and she's not able to get offensive rebounds, and now the other team's post players can outlet to their guards, and they're on the run. But more than anything else, you know, more so from just an X's and O's standpoint, it really looks like the Ballers have a little bit of car legs to them. You know, that long drive, from New Orleans.
Yeah.
I think they're trying to play hard, but there's just not a lot left in the tank right now.
The mind can be in one mode, Hemi, but if the body's not there with it, I'm a prime example of that when I try to play pickup ball at times, Hemi. In my mind, how I envision that particular move going, if the legs aren't there, it's tough to bring it to fruition, man. Bondi able to tiptoe the line and stay in bounds. Ball going to be knocked out of bounds by the Ballers. BC's Finest retains possession. 12 minutes, 39 seconds left to play here in the second half. 23-point advantage in favor of the BC's Finest.
Let's not take anything away from BC's Finest and just say that it's, all a lack of execution by the Ballers.
Yeah.
BC's Finest has definitely come out here and taken charge of this game. You know, it's been their energy, their effort, their execution that has helped them get out to this 23-point lead.
Bondi kicks it to Forsyth for the deep two. Count it.
Great penetration, nice kick out right there by Bondi. Gets to the free throw line area and then finds the open player.
A big resource. You know, you talked about not being able to, get rebounds and, BC's Finest really pushing it. Lauren Bondi has really been a key cog in the wheel as far as them getting going on that note. That jump shot short. And I have a foul there against Mbakata of BC's Finest. Mbakata going to have a breather back into the game for BC's Finest, number 4, Stephanie West. We'll see how long it takes them to connect on a fast break opportunity. They've connected on several here so far in this game. West with the three-pointer. No good on the shot. Jackson with the rebound. Coleman brings it out of there. She's going to push. Knifes through, but can't get it to go. Rebound in traffic by Forsyth. We'll get it to Koenig. West going to try another three-pointer. That one's off the mark as well. Williams with the rebound. Holmes hesitates for a second. Finishes with the left.
Good showing here today for Holmes so far. Frustrating day nonetheless, from a scoreboard perspective. But you gotta like her talent, her speed downhill. Great turnout of coaches here as well at All Tournament Players Park. You see Coach Andy Landers over there in the corner. We mentioned the Louisville staff sitting 3 deep on this game. Florida, Wake Forest. The Washington staff sitting 3 deep over here with head coach Mike Neighbors. UCLA has a pair of assistants over there as well too.
As it's a 22-point ball game, 9 minutes, 46 seconds, and counting left to play. Here in this one, be sure to stick with us as we have another Prospects Nation TV webcast right after this. It'll feature the Missouri Phenoms versus the Boise Hoop Dreams. So we see another Koenig to Jackson fast break opportunity. I was wondering how long it would take for that to happen. I believe it was about 1 minute, 30 seconds.
Got it stuck on repeat right now, Marcus, that line.
Coach Koenig appreciates it. And he still wants to keep that going on repeat as many times as possible. He knows how dangerous this Mississippi Ballers team can be with a spark plug as solid as Jasmine Holmes and the different players they have at their disposal. So he wants to make sure they keep the foot on the gas.
Without a doubt, you want to come out here and you want to play hard from buzzer to buzzer, or tip to buzzer, I should say. You only get one opportunity of July per year, so you might as well make the most of it while you got it.
Coach Koenig's going to get a timeout here. We've had teams from all over the country take part in PSB events here throughout the weekend. We've had good players from near and far, but a lot of the teams that have traveled quite a ways to come here have made sure they got the most bang and bump for their buck in doing so. You look at BC's Finest, who's off to a great start in this exhibition game. You think of the Northwest Blazers Exposure Program, who won, was it 3 or 4 championships?
4.
They won 4. 4 championships. So a successful weekend top to bottom for that program. You look at Seattle Transition, who also represented well, and you know, if I were to name all of the talented teams, it would honestly take up the majority of the final 8 minutes and 58 seconds we have left. But just a small sample size of the talent we've had here over the past few days.
It's been a Northwest invasion overall, huh?
It has.
Northwest Blazers, Seattle transition, now British Columbia coming up there, coming down here, I should say. And of course, you know, a number of talented teams from the Southeast always in the building. The Mississippi Ballers, the East Tampa Thunder team. Not to mention the teams that we've gotten from the Northeast and New Jersey Demons with Aaliyah June. Top 100 player came down yesterday. So getting them from all corners of the country, it seems like, Marcus.
Win-win for all involved, the players, us as a staff being able to see them in these type of settings as Koenig splashes another three-pointer. And then, of course, for the coaches, who I've seen plenty of talent here over the past few days. 25-54 ball game after that Koenig triple. Not only has Koenig been able to help set the tone offensively, but she's taken the assignment of guarding Jasmine Holmes as well, which we have seen is no easy task at all. Williams continuing to work inside. Her efforts pay off on that possession, as she'll have a chance for the three-point play the hard way. Wabuko back into the game.
How did you get that pronunciation down so quickly, Marcus?
I try, Hemi. I try to learn on the fly, man. Got to stay on my toes.
That's impressive because I can barely say my own name correctly half the time, much less a name like that that's from a different dialect, I guess you could say.
BC's finest, definitely making sure their names and their style of play will be remembered here after this first game. As they're up, they've been in the driver's seat for the majority of the game. So we're going to have a timeout with 6 minutes, 24 seconds left to play here in the second half. We'll take a timeout with them. When we get back, we'll bring you the last 6 minutes or so of this matchup between BC's finest and the Mississippi Ballers. BC's finest basketball representing here as we get ready to resume play. Mississippi Ballers continuing to play hard here in this one. That first free throw is off the mark.
You know, with so much going on in the month of July, you've got to make sure that you're in the right spots and get, you know, the exposure that you want. And PeachDayBasketball.com events, I think, definitely provide multiple opportunities for that. The Summer Invitational, as we mentioned, 88 teams, well over 100 colleges and universities that were in the building, all in one location. The Power 48, while not necessarily as big, maybe team-wise, certainly provides that quality exposure, not to mention the media coverage that is there. Very few events from around the nation have the coverage that ProspectsNation.com provides for Mention that
webcast from there. Looking forward to it. Still Peach State basketball, just a different part of the Peach State.
Yeah, without a doubt, Augusta is one of those destination places when it comes to July, but the Power 48.
Three-pointer, though. Here come the ballers the other way. Strong rebound inside there, Guadalupe.
Whoa.
Koenig going to be fouled there on that play.
Koenig socks. Is that the skyline there of Seattle?
That's what it looks like.
I know Chris Hansen's got to be pretty happy about that. I wouldn't even be surprised if he bought those socks for her.
I was just thinking, that was the first person I thought of when I saw the spiffy sock wear there by Koenig.
Oh, that's awesome. He's always talking about the Supersonics and the glory days of Sean Kemp and Gary Payton. I know he's hoping to get that NBA franchise back there soon.
Those were some fun times to watch, you know, with Kemp, just the things he would do in air were almost hard to believe. Those kind of things you would have to see. You know, you couldn't hear it, you have to see it for yourself, as we see McGinnis work inside and have the potential for the three-point play the hard way. And then you look at a Gary Payton, who you know, was one of the best trash talkers in the game, who could actually bag his trash talk up.
Quite a defender at that. They do have a WNBA team there in Seattle for all the ladies and basketball fans up there, the Seattle Storm. And one of Peach State's finest, as a matter of fact, is on the roster there in Seattle. Angel Robinson. That might be a little bit before your time there, Marcus, but former UGA Lady Bulldog, worked several Peach State events back in the day. Angel is a great person and a terrific player, big center, every bit of 6'4". Hard worker, great person on the roster. Glad to see her getting an opportunity up there for the Storm this year.
Most definitely plenty of players at the collegiate and professional levels through the Peach State pipeline.
Of course, you can't mention the Seattle Storm without mentioning the great Sue Bird, who is the star for the Storm this year.
WNBA continuing to get some momentum. I've actually enjoyed watching, even from the early days back in the Cynthia Cooper, Cheryl Swoops, and Tina Thompson days, back when the WNBA kind of had one of its first big threes.
Yeah, you're right.
As we see Jasmine Holmes with another bucket. Two minutes, 28 seconds left to play in this one. 15-point ball game. In Seattle.
You're going up there?
Yes.
Nice. That's big. That's big. I was slated to be the on-site evaluator last year, but
you might want to be there if you can. As great as technology is these days, if you can have a wedding where you don't actually have to be there, I got to see that advancement take place.
Koenig showing a little Sue Bird skills herself right there. Full court pass.
To none other than who? Taylor Jackson.
Yeah. No, and such, you know how that goes.
Definitely not, Hemi. The only way you'll do that is if for some reason the missus wants to make Seattle the site for the anniversary trip. August 16th is my birthday, so
okay.
Looking forward to, been plenty of spots on the West Coast, but that'll be my first trip to Seattle. So I look forward to experiencing firsthand all of the the good things that Hanson talks about as far as that area.
Been to Seattle one time, visited the Kingdome, saw the Seattle Mariners take on the Yankees.
Nice.
I was there, walked up and down, what is that, Pike Street, with all the fish markets and stuff. You know, they say, well, Seattle, it always rains up there. It was sunshiny that day. It wasn't gray at all. So maybe the sun will shine for you too, Marcus.
I'm hoping so. Sun definitely shining on BC's finest, figuratively speaking, in this one. Is they've been in control from early on. The Ballers, a little bit of jet lag or car lag, we should say, making the trip in from New Orleans, and didn't really have a large margin for error with the way this BC's finest team has come out and played here throughout this game, all around.
Yeah, the BC's finest, drove in from Nashville, so a little shorter drive than what the Ballers had to make from New Orleans. But nonetheless, it's been a good showing. Holmes has shown well. Williams definitely getting some looks over there from those coaches. But overall, BC's finest, Koenig and Jackson and Bondi and the like, as you see right on cue. Here's Bondi with another fast break opportunity. All getting pretty good bump here in this exhibition game.
Holmes short on that one. Snatches that one away to create another opportunity. Ball tipped away to Koenig. Koenig, Taylor Jackson. Of course it rolls in.
Now they're still having fun here, even to the last second. But it's been fun being on the broadcast with you once again, Marcus, and we got another one coming up.
Always a pleasure, Hemi. Missouri Phenoms taking on the Boise Hoop Dreams up next. Be sure to stick with us. Appreciate you joining us here on Prospects